Jordan, it's awesome to have you with me today. How's everything been going throughout this process?
Yes, sir. I appreciate you having me on. This process has been long. Uh, Started right after the season, really for me after December 26th, and it's been ongoing since. But I'm enjoying it, and I think that's all you can really do throughout a process like this is just enjoy every moment of it.
Yeah, like I mentioned, it's been an incredible year for you. Captain at Bowling Green, started in all 13 games, 5 interceptions, 8 PBUs, couple All-American teams. Now you're heading to the NFL draft, right? But let's take a step back here. What was it about football that kind of hooked you early on and really got you into the sport and made you love it to how much you love it now?
Yeah, I started baseball was my main sport. Played it my freshman year in high school. Ended up actually being all state in baseball, and I just watched my brother, to be honest with you. And once I saw him like take off with this and be able to go to USF at first, and the the really level he was playing at, I knew just watching him, this is what I wanted to do. So I actually ended up putting down baseball to focus on football full time, and I like to say it worked out for me pretty well.
Yeah, you mentioned your brother Chris, two-time Super Bowl champion with the Chiefs. What's your relationship like? How has it been just having him in your corner as your journey has gone?
Yeah, he's great. He's really shown me the way since we were kids. That's my best friend. That's gonna be a guy that's gonna be always there for you. And no matter if it's football, if it's life, if it's just if you just want to talk, he's always there for me. So I really appreciate him, and really it made this whole process for me easy. Um, After my senior year, my last game, he called me and just told me like, "Hey, this is how things are gonna go. Take your time, be patient with everything, because everyone has different journeys in the draft process. So just take your time, and I think he really is helping me out a lot. And I think it would be dope to be able to play with him in the NFL.
Yeah, for sure. That would be super cool. Not a lot of people get to do that. But back in high school, you were a two-way player, wide receiver, cornerback, and from what I understand, you also played a little bit of safety at Gaither High School in Florida, right?
Yes, sir.
Uh, But you focus on the defensive end of the ball in college. So just what went into that? Was playing corner in college always the plan? How did that come about?
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people don't know this. I had offers at receiver in out of high school. I had some offers, and really just sat down with my dad, and we really just decided that corner was going to be a better avenue for me, going into college and then into my pro career. And so that's why I ended up deciding to play corner. I had some offers at safety as well. I say now I don't put myself as just a corner. I put DB. I think I can. I'm very versatile, and I think I can play every position in the defensive back room. So I think that's really what led to me, picking defensive back coming out of high school.
And coming out of high school, you signed with Samford, spent a season there before transferring to Bowling Green. What was it about the Bowling Green Falcons that brought you there and made you feel at home?
Yeah, we had Coach Warner. Matt Warner was our offensive coordinator. He actually coached down in Tampa High School. I knew about him. My brother played against him, and when I came here on my visit, it was the first visit I took, and it made me feel at home. Him and his family, and then obviously Coach Leffler is. If anyone knows him, he's big on loyalty, and that's something that me and my family needed and wanted out of this whole process. So it was really a no-brainer when I came here on a visit.
Yeah, and you spent 3 years there, and obviously that's three-fourths of your career in college. How has that shaped you, not just as a player, as a person, just how has Bowling Green taken you to the next level and gotten you ready for the next level?
Yeah, they believed in me. I think that was the biggest thing. I think a lot of players get stuck at schools, and their confidence goes down. But when I got here, they just raised my confidence every time, or every game, every practice. So that's why I ended up staying here for 3 years and not hitting the transfer portal after my junior year, which I could have. But I think for them just believing in me and giving me all the tools to be great here, letting me be me, letting me go out there and play, the style of football that I play. And so I really give a big thanks to our defensive coordinator and Coach Leffler for that.
You said You could have hit the transfer portal after junior year. You didn't. What do you think that says about you, your commitment to, trusting that development process and ultimately just being a loyal guy, someone that's just there for the team, for the program, want to win. Just what do you think that says about you?
I think, well, one, I gotta give a lot of thanks to my mom and dad. They raised, I feel like they raised me the right way. Where I'm, my whole family, we're big on loyalty and we're big on, trusting the process. And even if I can go back now, I wouldn't hit the portal again. I would stay here and play it out for my team because I'm, in my opinion, playing for a team that you truly have love for and playing with guys that you really brought Bowling Green out the dirt. To even have a chance to be able to play for the MAC title is something that was bigger than the money that was getting thrown at me. And I wasn't even in the portal yet. So I would say just for me, it shows my character. It shows that, I'm a guy that, puts the team before, anything, obviously, and a little money works and helps. But, they took care of they took care of me here. And so it was really a no brainer for me to stay.
It's pretty clear Bowling Green and your journey have really built you into the player you are today. And like we said earlier, what a year it's been for you, dominating the MAC in 2024, and now you're on the NFL's radar. Let's shift gears here and talk about where you're at right now. Draft night, less than a month away. How have you been getting yourself ready? Take me through a typical day of you training for the NFL draft. What does that look like?
Yeah, well, it starts early in the morning. Treatment early in the morning, probably around like 6:30 in the morning. That leads you out to our run down with Yo Murphy. We'll run probably from like 8 to 9:30, give or take. Come back, get more treatment, lunch, and then we have our workout for the in the afternoon, and then treatment after that as well. So I was just say just making sure my body's right because um, it goes rookie mini camp, OTAs. The rookie year is a long year for us. So it's just really about making sure my body's right. Not just my body, but my mental. And that's something that in the compound down there set up for us is to meet with coaches and meet with people that can not only get you right physically, but also get you right mentally.
You mentioned Yo Murphy. I've gathered that you've been training with Logan Ryan and even a recent draft pick, Quinion Mitchell. What has that been like? What have you taken from them? Has there been any advice that you've gotten from them that you have that's really resonated with you?
Yeah, I mean, I would just say I'm taking bits and pieces from everyone's game that I can. There's a bunch of guys down there and people that I just know, like you said, Quinion Mitchell, that give me pieces of their games, and I'm just putting them all together now. Going breaking down film study with Logan Ryan was huge for me. He's probably one of the smartest people I've ever met in the game of football, and he's telling us how he picked off people like Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers, which a lot of people in this world can't say they did. So I'll just say taking bits and pieces from their game. Quinion Mitchell plays a different style than that I play, but if I can add something that he does to my game, I think it would make me a better player.
Yeah, let's talk about Quinion too. Obviously, he was drafted last year, and from what I've heard, you guys in Toledo training together. As a guy that went through the pre-draft process literally less than a year ago, drafted in the first round of the Eagles, Super Bowl champion now, has there been any advice he's given you just about the whole pre-draft process? What has he said to you in terms of that?
I would just say, you just keep your head up. It's a long process. Guys coming out the MAC, he supports heavily, and I think that shows how his character is. Just supporting me. We're not from the same city. I obviously went to a rival school of Bowling Green, but he shows me a lot of support, and with anything, he's always just a call away, a text away. So I think for him just showing that support for me and obviously wanting to push me to be in the NFL is something that I wouldn't take for granted.
Yeah, I love that. And for those who haven't really seen you play, you're an athletic corner, you're a lockdown guy in coverage, you have the stats to back it up. But how would you describe your game to somebody who's really never seen you play out on that field? How do you go about your business every game, every practice? What do you look for?
Well, I would like to say that big film junkie guy. I was a guy that watched film 2-3 times a day up here at the facility. And that's really, in my opinion, how I make my money. I feel like if you look back at certain plays and certain picks that I've gotten in my career, it's me off just straight off film. Like, for example, versus Michigan, when I picked off Jaden McCarthy, we were in cover four. The biggest beater in cover four is throwing a post route because there's no one in the middle of the field. And we knew that, and we knew once they got to the 50 that they were going to do that. So I think for me, just breaking down film and taking every practice as serious as the game, I didn't do that younger in my career. And I started doing that more and more, and results started showing up towards the ending part of my career, junior and senior year. So I'll just say I'm a guy that comes in and I want to work. You know, if you ask me to do special teams, I did that in college. I started on 2 for all 3 years. If you need me to play a different position, if you need me to go guard this best player, if you need me to, go blitz, I think I'm a guy that will go out there and give it my all, and I'm going to do my best at it. So I would just say I'm literally like whatever they call it, like a knife. Like, I can go out there and do anything.
Swiss Army knife, right? Swiss Army knife.
Yeah.
And you mentioned you watch a lot of film and you break down your film. We're actually going to break down a play here in a couple of seconds, so stay tuned for that. So we mentioned your game. Is there a part of your game that you think kind of gets overlooked? Maybe something you didn't get a chance to show on film that you know that you're capable of?
Oh yeah, for sure. I think the physicality part of my game, I think, gets overlooked a lot. In the MAC, you have to be physical to play first. First of all, it's a run heavy league. You're going to get a lot of 12, 21, sometimes even 22 personnel. It's a lot of big backs that come out of the MAC, and there's a lot of big offensive linemen. So I'd say the physicality part, there's a lot of times that I had to play the B gap as a corner. There's a lot of times that I had to, like this past year with Penn State, there was a lot of times I was locked on with Tyler Warren. And that's a pretty big guy right there. So I would say the physicality part of my game, I think it's overlooked a lot.
Back to that Penn State game, how was that? You mentioned going up against Tyler Warren. What is he like? Do you look forward to that competition, knowing that he's a top 15, top 20 player in the draft, and have that get you ready kind of for the draft and put that on tape that you're able to match up with those guys?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, playing games like Penn State and Texas A&M this year, we all know you get a little bit more riled up for those games. You're a MAC school. We're Bowling Green. They don't think that you can even step on the field with them. So you for sure get a little bit more pumped up for those games. But for me, I don't care if I'm playing the worst player in the MAC at receiver, if I'm playing Travis Hunter. I'm going to come in and dominate, and I think that gets shown a lot on my film throughout my years here at Bowling Green.
Yeah, and a little bit more on your game. Are there any cornerbacks that you watch, whether it's past or present, and you try to emulate, take bits and pieces and put that into your game?
Yeah, one person's Trent McDuffie for sure. I have met him, talked to him a couple times, just about the way he plays, and I love the way he plays. He's a dog, and that's why I kind of compare myself to him. He can play nickel, he can play the outside that corner, he could probably play safety too if he needed to. But the Chiefs are good back there. But I mean, that's a guy that I think we're the same height, same size. I think we have a lot of the same similarities in our game. So for sure, he's one of the guys that I try to play like.
Top list of cornerbacks, top 3, top 5 cornerbacks in the NFL, in your opinion?
Yeah, I'd say Trent McDuffie's one for sure. Pat Surtain, he's a baller. I'm a big Jair Alexander fan. Been watching him for a while. That would be my top 3 right there: Trent McDuffie, Pat Surtain, and Jair Alexander.
So many good cornerbacks. Can't go wrong picking any of them. All right, so I'm going to bring up a play here. All right, we're going to bring up your pick 6 against Toledo. I'm going to play it one time just for you to relive it real quick.
Dude, they're really doing everything you're not supposed to do, per se.
Oh, picked off. That's intercepted. Jordan Oladokun to the house. Touchdown, Oladokun and Bowling.
All right. Now we're going to bring it back to the start. Wait. All right. So we're here. We're pre-snap. What are you seeing pre-snap? What coverage are you in? And as I go forward a little bit, you jump this throw, right? So what did you see to anticipate and jump that throw? And like I said, what were you seeing pre-snap? What's your coverage? And yeah, what did you see to anticipate that?
Yeah, so well, one, they're going pretty fast. You could probably tell we're all looking at the sideline, getting the call in. But we got the call, and I immediately turned around and I saw that cut split by that one receiver. And I played Toledo 3 years in a row, so they didn't have a different offensive coordinator. So literally, we knew when they cut their split, they like to run those out routes, those speed cut out routes to get a little 5 to 10 yard, get out of bounds and stop the clock. So yeah, we were out there and we're in we called it trap at corner. So I'm in the flat. So I backed up to 10 yards to make it seem like I was gonna bail out of there. And I took those couple steps back. And right when I kind of seen the quarterback pat his feet, I just broke on the ball and knew it was gonna be a pick six from there.
We gotta get a little celebration in here, right? We're going to the NFL. We gotta get a little dance in here. What's your go-to dance here? Come on.
I went straight to our student section over there and went over there and celebrated with them because they came out and they were doing their thing for us. So had to go show some love to the student section.
No, I love that. I love that. That was a great play, good anticipation. Are there any plays outside of that pick six at Toledo, or outside of the Toledo pick six that stick out to you as your favorite at Bowling Green?
That would probably be one because it was the rivalry game. There's a lot that goes on in that game. But my first interception ever was at Michigan versus JJ McCarthy, so that's another one that sticks out pretty well. And then probably my first pick six last year versus Western Michigan, my junior year. I jumped the hitch route and scored. So those three are probably the ones that stick out the most.
Yeah, that JJ McCarthy interception, he threw that downfield. You jumped the receiver there a little bit. Run me through that. What was that like? Obviously that was the year they won the national championship, right? So
Yeah.
just run me through that play. What were you thinking there?
Yeah, I mean, one, it's surreal still to this day. But yeah, I that game meant a lot for me. I was supposed to play Michigan every year in my career. I don't know if you knew I was committed to Iowa. So being on that stage, I knew I belonged there. And I think a lot of people don't think that sometimes when they step on the field with them. And I knew I belonged there, and it was like, all right, I need to make a name for myself and for my school. And we're in cover 4. They tried to throw the poster out, and I went up and made a great play. And to be honest, I don't even remember running. I remember being on the sideline, and everyone's just so happy for me. We're such a close team, so it's honestly one of the moments I'm gonna remember forever.
All right, so before we wrap it up, and thanks again for coming on, do you have a message for those who have supported you along the way? Your family, friends, fans, anyone that's really supported you along the way. What would you like to say to them?
Yeah, I'll just say I appreciate all of them for sticking with me since I was 5 years old playing the game. I wouldn't be the same player without anyone that's helped me throughout the way, and that's probably been a lot of coaches, a lot of teachers, professors, parents that went out their way to help me. So I appreciate them, and the journeys keep going, and I can't wait to on draft night, day 1, day 2, day 3 to go out there and have a team that's picked me and go out there and play for them.
Absolutely. I appreciate you coming on, man. Best of luck throughout the rest of this process. And for those watching, you can follow Jordan's journey on Instagram and X at Jordan Oladokun. Thank you for watching today, and we'll see you next time on the Sports Place. Take care.